Hey gamers! Long time no see, huh? Listen, I know it's been a minute since my last video, and I'm sorry for disappearing, but it's video time again, baby! We can just forget that I was dead for 8 months and start doing the video thing again! Even if it's not animation, like I'm sure all of you want, I hope you all like the new Mewtley channel content. I'm gonna be working with help from my best friend, a new editor that I love so much, and he helped me want to start being a content creator again. The morning I recorded this. Anyway, this video is about Mewtley. Not me, but Mewtley as a character. I've gotten so many questions about what his deal is since I've made a million versions of him, and I understand the confusion since I've never had a clear way to explain it all to everyone. That's why this video is going to be about the history of Mewtley, where I talk about all of his different phases and how he went from cringy to a little less cringy. I bet people want to know how I came up with Mewtley in the first place. I've gotten asked about how I design characters multiple times, so here's my super original, super inspiring method of creating Mewtley. He was an Undertale OC. Back in good old 2015, when we were all still happy and Undertale was the new greatest thing, I made an Undertale OC named Mewtley, and then everything went downhill from there. Mewtley's name originally came from the word mute, since he was originally mute, and the word Mew, since he was a cat, and Wheatley from Portal 2, because oh my lord, did I love Portal. I still love Portal. Mewtley was best friends with Doggo and based entirely around the line, "Looks like someone's been smoking dog treats," because that was super cool to 14-year-old me. But then as all popular media does, Undertale turned cringy. Now I never personally stopped liking Undertale, but I knew I couldn't just draw edgy Undertale OCs forever, so Mewtley needed a change. I ended up making him my persona, and his ears were far too big. Every time I drew him, they got bigger. Why in the world would God let me do this? He also became cute and flirty, and that was honestly the cringiest phase of his in terms of art style, and if you just look at him. And I never grew out of wanting my characters to be all cute and only care about love, so who's really the cringy one in this situation? This was also around the time I made Blue, a persona for my best friend who honestly couldn't care less about my furry shenanigans. But he's still here editing my videos now, isn't he? I ended up just changing Mewtley's design because having a plain purple cat as a persona is boring. I also revamped Blue because he deserved it. But what's cooler than one cat design? Another one, where the cat glows in the dark. This is the beginning of Mewtley's edgy phase. Eventually, me and a couple guys made the world of Prismers. They were based around the pre-existing designs of Blue and Mewtley, and then it was time to fit them into a story. And what role could I put my persona in other than the hopeless romantic, misunderstood, antagonist freak? I was really into this version of him for a long time. Obviously, since he's probably the reason most of you guys are subscribed to me in the first place. But little did you guys know, in the background while Prismer Mewtley was having the time of his life in the spotlight, another secret Mewtley was developing. Now during my freshman year of high school, I started playing D&D, and I love D&D so much and I still play it now. My character used to be, as you would probably guess, Mewtley, but his full name was Bartholomew Nintendon't Perseus. He was a rogue and just an all-around strange man. This campaign ended up lasting almost 4 years and it was super wild. I played with Blue's owner, and he had a character that was a wizard named Dabrian. And then we decided that it would be awesome if we made a comic about this game. We started planning that, and this ended up being just a small contributor to the downfall of Prismer Mewtley. After a while, I was so sick of Prismers. There's a whole list of reasons, but I don't care to get into it in this video. So I decided I wanted to focus solely on D&D Mewtley, which is where we're at now. Me and my friend are still working really hard on our comic ideas with Mewtley and Dabrian, so you can forget literally everything you know about Prismer Mewtley because he's not coming back and D&D Mewtley is an entirely different character. My focus now is on this developing comic, Ouroboros Lock.
Gross.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
There's no planned release date for the beginning of the comic, but we're laying down some groundwork by making 2 prologues to Ouroboros Lock. The first is a comic called Vacant, previously known as Ink. It's Mewtley's backstory that's currently being posted every Sunday. This comic has adult themes in it, and I know a majority of my fanbase is minors, so please be careful about this kind of content if that applies to you. I'd rather you just stay away from the comic until you're older, because consuming mature media so young can be really damaging, and I know because I have been there. For my adult audience that's interested in the comic, the link will be in the description. The second installment will be a visual novel game about my friend's character Dabrian. It shows his backstory in magic school. We eventually want it to be a visual novel with RPG elements, but that's not our priority right now. Then once Mewtley's comic is over and Dab's game is over, we're finally gonna start posting Ouroboros Lock. Yay! We do have an Ouroboros Lock Center Twitter right now if anyone's interested. It isn't very active, but I'm hoping to eventually do more with it. And that's all I've got for you guys. I still want to do animation, but I won't be working on it as much since I have so much on my plate right now with doing art for a comic, and art for a game, and concept art for another comic. If I do post animations, they'll most likely be about characters from Ouroboros Lock. We're really happy with the work we've done so far, so I hope everyone who's interested enjoys the work we've been putting into this new story. And if anyone likes this video and wants more like it, please let me know. It's very experimental for us to make these videos right now. I can't go to work right now, and by the time this video comes out, I've probably finished my senior year of high school, so I have lots of time to work on Ouroboros Lock and figure out these new videos. If there's anything you want me to talk about in these kinds of videos, tell me. I'd love to make more content that you'd all enjoy. I also have a Discord server for any Mewtley related content. I have a link to my commission information if you're interested in buying art from me, and I have a Patreon, and I'll leave so many other social media links in the description for anyone that wants to see my art elsewhere. I know literally no one has money right now, but if you do happen to have money and you want to buy art from me, then it would help us a lot. My best friend editor wants to get a good video editing program so he can make better videos for me. And maybe I can get a microphone, who knows, so that I can record good audio. Ignoring the fact that I just begged all of you for money just now, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you enjoy my future content, and I really hope all of you are staying safe and having fun.